Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Marriott Candice Nasasid. I've been away. You know why? I'll be uploading, I think, a video for you because I've been to every part of this country doing Momo Nyabo together with MTN, and I'm trying to compile a video for all the places I went to. I was in Kasese, I was in Fort Poto. You guys, Fort Poto is so beautiful. And then the road between Kasese and Bushenyi is like out of this world. It's like, that place has crater lakes, it has a national park, it has like the most beautiful places, and I recorded those, and I hope I can upload a video very soon of, you know, the beauty of this country. And speaking of beauty, I have a very beautiful, talented woman with me here. The first time I'm having her on my channel, and I'm so happy to have her. How are you doing, Spice Diana?
I'm okay, how are you?
Good to have you, good to see you.
Me too, it's a big pleasure.
Are you an early bird?
Yes, yeah, I am.
What time do you usually wake up?
By 6, 7, maybe later on I can go back to sleep. But you know, when I had a concert, I used to wake up at 6, like for almost like 7 months. So it got stuck in my head. So normally I know the latest I can be up is around 8.
What is Spice Diana's day like? What time do you wake up? What do you do when you wake up? What's the first thing you do?
The first thing I do, of course, is visit my washrooms.
What time do you wake up? Usually?
Like 8.
Like 8?
Yeah, because even when I wake up, I don't have much to do. I can keep in bed for maybe like 2 hours.
Checking your phone?
On phone, yes. I wake up to my
that.
phone. Or maybe wake up to maybe a movie. Sometimes I watch movies when I'm going to bed, and sometimes they watch me because you know, by the time I'm tired and I don't switch the TV off, I just go to bed. So when Zukanga, it's watching me. So sometimes I can rewind and be like, hey, nakomiwa, and then I watch that for maybe a few minutes in my phone. Yeah, when I get a call from Roger, I'm like, hey, the day is starting now. So I wake up, go take a shower. Normally I say prayer, by the way. I do say a prayer and say kamanyambe the day tambule bulungi.
Yeah.
So I go. I'm not a person of breakfast so much, but I do take breakfast, but a little. I love eggs in the morning, fried eggs or boiled egg, and milk or maybe black tea and
you make
bread.
Your own breakfast?
Yes,
so
I
makes
do.
It for you.
I do actually. This chencha thing is once in a while when I have maybe visitors.
Yeah.
But I do make my own breakfast myself. So when I'm done, when you have a program, I'm off to my busy schedule, or if I don't have much for the day, I can check the gym and be like, I'll be there. Sometimes I don't work out, but I sit there to pass time.
We'll be talking about working out later on because, well, this is really what this channel is about.
Yeah.
But during lockdown, what were you doing? Because we had lots of time on our hands.
The first
People
2 months.
got so bored. We resorted to doing TikToks. I saw some TikToks from you.
Yeah, the first two months were really crazy.
Doing?
You know, the first 2 months of COVID-19 and the lockdown and quarantine, it was hard for me as a person, by the way. Very, very hard, because by that time, my friends that could come and pay me a visit used to go back by around 5.
Yes.
You know, trying to curfew time, bagizako kuma time and all that. So I'm left in the house alone from maybe 6 paka in the night, like you do everything and no chikowa. So the nights were really boring for me, very, very boring. And the day was not so bad because I could wake up. I invited one guy who helped me with gym. So he was there like around 9, 10. We work out for 2 hours or maybe 1 hour. But of course you pass time within the gym hour. So it goes to like 2 hours. It's lunchtime. You take lunch. Normally my friends come around. My team stays around.
People around.
No, there are people I know, and of course they do sanitize, you know, but you can't stay away from people.
Yeah.
Most of the people you're used to be together, you know, so they could come around and we play Ludo. I bought a very big Ludo like this. I waka, so we play it, and then the manager janagula indala, netuwezezi. so nga tukuba ludo. We used to do ludo. Tetuba mu ludo ne tutandika omuzanya wa sente 10,000 or 2,000.
Who was winning?
I wasn't so good. There's my friend who actually came and Nathan Kobanga Bidanangi in that in that time. She's called Shilat, my good friend. So Kati Nathan Kobanga, I'm getting used. I'm loving because I have somebody at home. Somebody who is there, we do same things. So we would take pictures, of course. We would do Snapchat, we would do TikTok.
How do you live in that big house alone?
Well, I live with people, but then it was really hard. And my siblings were staying with my mom then, so you even take time to see them. But now they do come because katichango tambla. But then the first, I take at people started suspecting that I had COVID. And
because you had just traveled back from Dubai?
Dubai and Tanzania. So I tried to isolate myself from the family somehow. I'll be alone. Just me, my house helper, and the askari, and now my friend who joined me. So, but I love the privacy. The past 2 years, I've been a busy person. I was a very busy person. I didn't have time for myself. I didn't have time to even be at home for like 3 days back to back. I used not to have that time.
So lockdown was
yes,
a good
I
thing
loved
in
it somehow.
way.
I started doing things I wanted to do
For you.
for me, think, plan. I've tried to open up stuff, by the way, I used not to do. Nathan Kolo was out, okay, now if this thing happens again in the next 5 years, so I started planning. Because at this time to plan for something besides music. Yeah, so I got used, and I was like,
what are some of those things that you have actually worked on during, besides the working out? What else, like maybe business that
yes,
you worked on?
my business I'm working on now, I don't want it to be public, but I have 2 businesses. Besides the music, it's not even in the music, it's not music at all, but I'm trying to push it, and it's really doing well. I'm really grateful. Now, if it wasn't COVID, I wouldn't think of an idea like that. So I still give the time to thinking of how I can sell my music more online, because I saw it has really helped me in this time, and it was the only means like you will get some money, at the end of the month you get something from YouTube. So I was like, I will have more content, I will do more content with it this time, and maybe let me look out for maybe iTunes and stuff like that, do more like to increase my payment from YouTube. And that's what I did,
You talked about a friend that you was living with you. How is it like making friends in this industry?
My friends are not in, most of my friends that I call personal friends are not in the industry. But of course I have friends in the industry as well. But, and I don't have so many friends, by the way. I know many people, but I have very few friends. I might even count 1 to 3 or 4 friends that I know that are my friends. Yeah, but I know so many people. Yeah, so it's really hard. It's really hard to trust somebody in the industry. It's really hard because I've been a victim before, so I'm really careful when it comes to choosing friends.
A victim of people who pretend to be friends.
Exactly, and they're not, and behind you they're doing things and they're spoiling your name, they're saying shit about you. So that's why when you see Spice Diana, it's less female friends. It's very few actually. 1 or 2 you will see me.
You'd think Spice Diana would not experience that. I mean, when you hear the music, when you meet you in person, anywhere where Spice Diana is, it's spicy. Let me say it like that. There's good vibes, positive vibes. You're always laughing, smiling, always doing charity. Like you'd think you'd never have such people around you.
It's really funny. Why would somebody even think bad of me? Why would somebody say I'm bad? Me, I'm one person. I know myself. I mind my business. That's why in Banaba and Tumaka Kumaka, you have the same people. Sometimes people come to you, they want to get that little thing, and they would make it big. But me, I'm the best friend you can ever have because I am understanding, I'm very easy, I'm cool. Feelings I'm just cool. Like in the you might think that their family, you might think we're friends. Like I'm that kind of person in change over whatever I'm doing. You know, in me, in Sigalanze as a person.
Yeah, we talked about your music and how it's, you know, it's good vibes kind of music. Who writes your music?
Many writers. I've worked with many writers. Nabato, Zebuli Mutaina, you know, talent in writing. Manager Roger Baluchi is out to like, who is this? Nagamba, there's a guy, there's Muyimbi, Wamuto, or a writer, you know, for the twin and you to gamble. No, I have to.
Yeah, you have to work
but
with
almost every writer industry, I've worked with them. I've worked with Black Skin, I've worked with Daddy Andre. He has actually written most of my songs. I've worked with Sheena Skies. I've worked with Trixie.
Are there some songs that you've written for yourself?
Yes, of course. These songs I'm talking about, Zimo, I'm part of them. Into Mutaja, yes, Aluandi, but I'm like, we have to, you know, we edit, we share ideas, we change something. And because I am a writer myself, I wrote my first songs on my first maybe 4 or 5 songs, but then later on I need to change. I don't want to repeat myself.
Sound the same.
I don't want to sound the same. I want to try. That's why Jakuno Nyanisenu yapandikire akayimba. Nonyoli yapandikire, nonyeyo King Saha yapandikire, nonye Chameleone yapandikire. That's how I want my things to be spicy, different from. You see, you hear me sing quarter one, totally different from Ndimu Love, totally different from.
My favorite song from you is Ndimu Love.
Ndimu Love, you know. So that kind of
First
style.
Sing for me one, like a line or two.
When jagala, when jagala tama erampana, Ndimu Love munange gwaliku, emisano vechidu.
Thank you.
Maria Gwaliku. I
love that song.
Why you do you love it? You're in love.
I must confess. The very first time I listened to you, I was like,
yeah. Like many of them.
I think because I love people who have nice voices, and the first songs didn't bring out that, and the rest of the songs that you're doing are actually really bringing out your voice.
Yeah.
It's not even that you've grown. You still had the voice the other time, I believe, because it would come through in some moments. But then you were doing a lot of maybe dancehall or something. Like you were
not variety of stuff. Yeah.
So now some of the songs that you've done for the past like 2 years, you get some songs where that voice really comes through. And the first time I actually heard it, and I go. Like the first time it became a fan, I think you were doing Momo Nyabo season 1. Momo Nyabo.
I remember.
You on stage, you performed, and then you had some moment where you just sang without the beats, without anything. I was like, whoa, this voice has really blown away.
It's really funny, by the way. Like you just said, my voice also every day have really grown. It's music is also growth. Voice is also growth. Sometimes you have a voice, but the voice you had 5 years ago is never the same. Like even those that have beautiful voices, everyone, it's just growth. The time you take, experiencing how you learn. Everybody's first song is not the same as the 50th song or the 10th song.
Did you see yourself here 5 years ago, or when you started out? Because the last 3 years were something else. You've won several awards, you had hit after hit. Did you see yourself here?
No, I won't say, but I believed in myself, but not so soon. I didn't know it would be so soon. I met manager Roger some time back, like around 2016, but he was my friend even before. And but then he was like, like Natukubolo as friends, when I start working with you, get about difference in your life. You get about difference because by then I was my own manager. I didn't have a serious manager, somebody to put the music out there, invest the time and money and all that. So he was like, I'm going to make you big. I'm like, but I just knew my music would just go like, because it's me and God that believed in myself. It's me and my family that believed in myself. Very few people believed in me. My music journey has been like that. You critiques ninji, people don't care what you do, but your fan base is always growing. I think that's nature. That's sometimes people tend to not see what other people are doing, and they focus on maybe you. For example, they might focus on you. They think you have the best. Later on, they realize, we don't know. Maybe like you put a white color and maybe a brown color, brown is really beautiful, but you say white yakanyo,
Yeah.
you would go with white for the first, first time or first sight. But then later on you realize, hey, brown is really beautiful. So that's how my music journey has been. People are like,
That's okay,
yeah, okay, yeah, like seriously. And now time to kind of focusing they're like, but why should? I've had friends, I've had fellow artists who used to say, like you can't be anything, don't sing, stuff like that. Like, okay, cool. Like, and then time comes and these people come out and they really need you, they contact you, they reach out to you, and like, why you said I'm not anything.
I'm not good enough.
I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
So, but that's life. Sometimes people tell like they're not seeing what you're doing, but they are. Later on, the pressure is there, because at the end of the day, I'm doing my. I'm not pleasing anybody. I'm not on the pressure. I'm not on Nchiwandi. That's how you've seen me for maybe 6 or 7 years in the industry, but you might think I came yesterday. Why? Because you didn't give me time the past 6 or 5 years.
Yeah.
You're giving me time now, or maybe last year. But I love it because mutaimeyo abantu tebakufocusingako and you're just doing you nga tewali yadde pressure nga tewali yadde obstacle. You understand? I love it that way. I loved it that way. Never to focusing on you do a lot of mistakes because of the pressure. They demand so much from you. Never to focusing on you just do you, take your time, and the time you hit there, you're doing. They're like, wow. So that's how it has been.
Where did you learn Lunyankole from? I had to
from
ask
Reiji, from Barara when I used to go perform. Because when again I'm in Barara, I've had so many shows in Barara. After 3 months they would call me for a show, or maybe for a radio show, or maybe club or Sawe, something like that.
Okay, so if you could speak to your fans and just say maybe thank you for supporting me or something,
Well, I don't know much. I don't really know much. But when somebody speaks to me, I hear everything. But yes. Nabakunda mnonga banaga. I don't know much, but when somebody speaks to me, I know. Like, some languages you can hear, but you can't speak them.
That's true.
That's me.
Let's talk about the new, before we get into one part I'm very interested in.
Yeah.
Let's talk about a law that was once to be brought up, where they are saying musicians should forward their creative work before they release songs, before they perform, they should inform the ministry. What are your thoughts on that?
First and foremost, music is like any other business, you invest time, you invest your money, you invest like your life, you risk it. It's a talent, it's a business in you, you are the capital, it's your life.
Yes.
In the night, too many risks they're taking. Because my life is a capital. You understand? You
are the business.
I'm the business. Government I have to myself. So it would be okay. Singa those mateka were really on point. Ziyongerako artists, but they were not. That is Zabuzachi Mabega artists, meaning kwali kukotogera. You cannot tell somebody to bring maybe a song. How many artists are we in Uganda? So many. You might find they have a band of maybe 10 people. They can't do everything kubayimbi between now and Uganda. You find you release one song in a year or 2 years because the process will be very long. And why is it music? Because you find a restaurant you don't know in Kansanga, they're cooking food. Have you come to check on their food? Have they presented the food to you first before they sell it to people? Like they were trying to squeeze and then you're artist maybe nga balina ekigendererwa ekitali right okitegeera cause wogamba nti no buli omu atwale oluyimba oyo business wange ntaddemu sente zange unless ogamba ntwaleyo but you're going to invest
to pay for it.
You're going to invest in the song. You're going to give me $12 or how much money to do the video and the promotion and everything. I would accept, but then it's me who does everything. Nato ngambe nzira ntwale ekintu kyange. But then businesses endala bakolanga bwe baagala bo. So it wasn't fair at all. But I'm really grateful that they looked into it and there's progress.
All right, let's get to my favorite part. How does Spice Dana keep looking good?
Okay, I don't do much actually. You know, sometimes when you do much, or you know, you find, or you try this, you try that, this, and you know, you just have to free your spirit, free your soul, or living be happy. Stress, you might find somebody with a very good skin, because of stress, ngafuna rush. When I'm stressed too much, I tend to have pimples because of the stress. So, as a stress-free person, that's one. I keep happy. The other thing with the skin, you don't have to sleep with makeup. And you have to be careful.
I think those times when you come from an event and you're so tired and you're like,
if you do it like 4 times in a week, your skin will die. Definitely. It will break down. These products, zina chemicals, so you have to wash it off. That's how I used to be. I used to have pimples when I was growing up as a teen. I used to have pimples in Ampuli and you understand? But later on, I sleep with makeup. I use makeup. I go to makeup artists. Skin. So for skin, you have to take a lot of water. You have to be careful with what you use. I don't use this and that on my skin. I'm even very careful with foundation and makeup on my skin. So, and then sometimes there is chemicals because sometimes when your skin is gone, it cannot come back. Never. People say people bleach and stuff like that. There is bleaching, there is glowing, there's somebody trying to look good in your own color or like in a way because sometimes I want to or you
get like a dark
shade dark
on your skin.
Exactly.
Yes. It's not even your real color.
It's not even
exactly. Or when it gets too hot and you don't use sun cream.
Maybe you use wrong things, wrong cosmetics. Maybe darkening your color, inside there is a color, just because of what a way. So, ladies, you should cleanse your face or your body should do scrub. Sometimes when you scrub your body, full body scrub. But sometimes there's a lot. So you have to do full body scrub or steaming. Steam. So when I do steam, my God, and you see my skin,
that's better.
So, oh my God, you feel relaxed. So when I do steam, I sleep like an angel. The day I do steam. And when I'm in stress, I go do steam, come back and I sleep. So that's one of the things. So like I was saying, chemicals me, I use so much oil wabana. I use Johnson oil so much.
I use that too.
It's really nice. Like before but I'm really addicted to it. It's really nice. Sometimes no matter whatever you use, body you can have that oil. I'm telling you, you'll see a very big difference.
Any natural things you use?
Some cheap things in supermarkets. I want to give you an just personally because they are really before I used to use some expensive stuff but later on there's no change, maybe your skin and then like I realize it exactly, it becomes more oily. I realize I'm like, maybe this is not for my skin until I got some cream. It's not even cream, it's very, very natural. It's what I use on my face. Every night, but it's really nice. You can even read there and you see it. Skin, lemon, it's written there, but it's really nice. I had pimples, and that's the thing I used that helped with my skin.
You told me you used to work out a lot during lockdown. Is that your normal schedule, or because you were bored?
No, because lockdown, I was bored. I'm very lazy with working out. Very. At the moment, ndozo mwezi ogumala gumu nga si working out. By then nachikola because no, it's not even about money because I don't need the energy for anything. I don't think I need it.
To be on stage, you use a lot of
no,
energy
no, for
on stage.
like beating somebody.
Okay.
For stage, when I'm on stage, I'm even doing rehearsals. I'm doing exercise, and I don't need any other exercise. Kwanza mbade wonga performing na bichinga sikolanga for working out and stuff like that. It's the quarantine that has made me do that. So
will you keep up or now that it's
I'm very, very lazy. I really want to, but in kowa mangu puliyanga I get lazy. Chokanga when I was doing it nalaba difference. There's a time when I'm tadeko some weight, and the first thing that will have weight will be my thighs, the legs, my stomach, my belly becomes a bit huge because you know you're eating a lot tokola. You know you eat and you just go home. Otambula once in a while.
What's Spice Diana's favorite meal?
Kaunga at the moment. I love posho a lot. Food without posho at the moment. I used to love matoke, but nakendeza I love posho, and I love fish. Echenyanje chikalu, I love it. And the other thing is bijanja, although it's not so good, kulubuto, but at least you eat a small portion of it.
Do you know how to cook those meals?
Yeah, why not? I do know. I do. Yes, I do.
All right.
I don't love cooking, but I know how to cook. Yeah.
Okay. I want an invite. I've been seeing many people coming to your house.
Yeah.
Yes. I want to come and taste that food.
No problem. Anytime. Nino mchala fumbira kemere oyo. Tufumba fena sam. Once in a while. I won't say I cook every day. Mbani imbie. But once in a while, nadanga maybe abantu banji. Because my eating is not good. Ndiabubi nyonyonyo. Nelanti sobolo butalia. Maybe I take juice or I take fruits. I don't eat. And when I did the lunch, I won't actually. The other thing that is really good for the body is we should avoid eating echegulecho when you're going to sleep. Kale past 8. Yeah, past 8. Food is not good. It will just sit in your stomach, in your belly, and you want to use it. So it's really bad. It's experiencing a cocoa, and my belly was all over the place. So I'm trying to go back now because the time I had so much appetite, without chegulu, I have to eat. But I know very well that it's not good. So when you have heavy breakfast, have your lunch, and then a chegulo, maybe take tea and maybe bread, or maybe just tea. Chiambako. Nyo.
Before we wrap this up, because that was really my last question, but now I've thought about something. I saw you in a wedding gown. Well,
you know, as a woman, when you're growing up, you think about marriage, you think about children, you know, so so, and then besides that, that abatunda gowns ezo, penny board bridals, they have nice gowns that I'm really forced to want in jagala ngende young and everybody gowns is
like, is this a music video? Kalango?
I'm endorsing. I'm actually, they signed me to endorse penny board bridals, but before we were friends, like seriously, and I've never worn a gown before. And I'm like, from
that was a beautiful gown.
You know,
very nice. You make
really,
a very beautiful bride.
I know. I know that. I can't wait. And you know, I'm like, I won't waste myself. Yes, like I want to see myself
several times
like a bride. Yes, because I feel like it's gonna be one of the most amazing times.
You talked about that endorsement, and while several artists are saying, you know, things are not going well. I've seen you sign different companies signing you up. I've seen a phone company. I've seen now that.
Yes, I'm grateful to God first and foremost. I didn't see this coming. You know, whether I'm artist, you're a brand. And you know, in Uganda here, some companies value artists sometimes they don't want to spend extra money. But in this time, everybody's on social media, you know, they follow the numbers. Followers on my Instagram. I have 700 on my Facebook. You know, 500 likes. About liking a page on my YouTube channel is almost 200. You know, like omuntu aba alabanga, you know,
Yeah, you have a
aba
following.
kwetaaga, and you know, we need
And the
each
good thing you
other.
engage with your fans.
My
So
fans.
it makes the page even grow.
Yeah, and besides kati nze companies zonna zenkola nazo, I make sure it's not about using my fans. It's not about coming and they just, there's something, a change out for everybody, because you've seen, can I mention ITEL?
Yes.
Yeah, you've seen ITEL, they've come out to, you know, give back to my fans. Nengabe ebintu ku page yange, you know, neba fans aba supporting ITEL.
Yeah.
I've given, I talked to them. It was me who talked to them. I need a phone for this lady, this girl with Nalaba Lukia,
Yes.
for maybe a smartphone, and they were like open to do that. So that's how different it is. They're gonna change my life and my fans' life.
Yes.
And everybody following me, not only abo fans balikuwa na fans bawe chiwakola chinyongerako nange mbongerako, so it's a win-win thing. Yeah,
You can speak for the entire day.
I know. There's so much to talk
I'm
about.
choosing to end it here. Thank you very much.
Thank you for
sharing
having
that.
me. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much for watching that. I hope I can be consistent this time around now that I'm back with, you know, and I've stopped moving around. I'm at Classic Dine, a very beautiful restaurant that's on Gather Road, just next to Galaxy FM. They have amazing food, some goat's meat, wet fry, dry fry, nyama choma, so sukuma wiki, kachumbari. You can come for all this. It's a very beautiful, spacious place that's on Gather Road. Just come around and have a good time. I love it here.